Hey guys, welcome to the Locked Up RC Monday night live stream. Oh, go live anyway. Facebook. I am your host, Patrick Norton, and as always, we're going to be getting into some RC scale crawlers tonight. We are going to be installing our slipper eliminator kit in our original Axial SCX10. It's a Unimog. We've done some work on this truck before. We put SCX10-II axles in it, and before I could connect the drive shafts, I noticed that, welcome Dion, I noticed that there was a slipper in the transmission, and I want to get that out and get everything inspected. So that's what we'll get into tonight. Stick around. Welcome, Mark. Well, Dion, you're actually technically you're late because I'm like 15 minutes late. We've got I made some, every week I'm like trying to mess with my stool. It probably looks like my butt's on fire. Hey Josh, welcome. Made some changes this week, or for this week I should say. I've got a better camera up here. I'm pointing at it. You can see it in both things. So the good thing about this camera is that it actually has an auto zoom, auto focus, whatever you want to call it. I guess that's autofocus. I don't know. I'm not the most camera literate person, but this is a much better camera. If you were looking at the big camera right here, you'll see the workbench looks, well, there's some other things that have changed. So the camera that I frequently bump my head on up here, I have actually moved up so that hopefully I won't smack my head into it anymore. And in addition, we've got a new, I guess I'll call it a treat. I don't know, whatever you want to call this. Some new tech, right? When I update trucks and everything, I guess because I have this camera up here and it used to be on a big swing arm that would come all the way down to the workbench and you get that nice profile shot. I lost that when I moved the camera higher up so that I won't run into it and make you guys have seizures because it would shake forever. So I've taken this camera, if you guys can see it right here, used to be the one that was up here. I've moved it down here, so now if we want to, we can do this and show you guys, what's going on with the truck. Side, profile, whatever. Always something new and interesting. I don't know. Question for me. Okay, let's see what we got. You applied to join the TMTD forum after last week's show. How long does it take to be approved for the forum? So Dion, the way the contest works is that we only open the forum to contestants. When you apply to join the forum, it won't ever really actually get approved unless you are an approved contestant. Welcome, Eric. Welcome, Mike. And the reason that we did it that way is really just because we don't want to have to monitor that forum 24/7 and have an admin and all that stuff. So it just keeps all the hackers and everything out. Hopefully, I don't know. We'll see what happens. So let's see. To your question, you would be approved the next time we run a TNTD contest. You'd get an email from us saying, hey, welcome to the contest. And then we'd approve you and give you your login and password and all that stuff. So I hope that makes sense. Anyway, for tonight's show, as I said, we're getting into this Unimog. If anything, as always, if anything looks out of place, color, lighting, please let me know. Want to make sure you guys can see everything. So if you can't already tell, right, we've got our, I guess I could do that on this camera. Our slipper is in here underneath this fantastic hump. So we are going to have to pull everything off of this hump. Something just froze on me. We're gonna have to pull everything off of this hump. I don't know why this camera up here has frozen. That's never good. Well, we'll see what happens. So let me get this hump off. Let me see if I turn this camera off, if it will restart. Nope, it's just frozen. Well, that means no selfie camera for you guys tonight. Pfft. Let's see. Where are we? We've got, it looks like this is some M3 hardware. I don't know if I need to take that off. I don't know what the best way to get at this thing is, really. I don't know Eric, what do you think? Should I just drop the transmission, pull these panels off? Well, I'm gonna start. Well, I can't see how pulling these side panels off would really help anything. Welcome, Jeremy. Let me think. I'm guessing if I pull this, well, how is this? The hump is okay. Haha, the hump is actually just kind of sitting in there. It's wedged in there. Tricky. So that means if I pull these 3 bolts off, I don't know how they're tightened. Okay, so we've got nuts underneath. So I'm gonna have to take these side panels off, and that's fine. And that will allow me to get to this nut, this guy down here. I guess I could zoom in a little bit so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. Where are we on this camera? Right here. So if I take off both of these panels, and I'm careful to not lose my screws, which, you know, you guys know I like to lose screws. Well, lots of comments tonight. Let me get into the comments here before they stack up on me too far. Hump slides out. Oh yeah, thank you, Eric. Welcome, Brian. So let's see. That's out. So let me think. I'm gonna put this on its side. Grab this tool. Should be able to just pull this apart like this. That over there. So what are you guys up to tonight? Anybody doing anything fun? Interesting? Horrible? Everybody doing taxes? Everyone's favorite time of year where you lose some of your money? I guess some people get money. They never seem to get money back. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. I don't know. But, you know, actually, my brother-in-law is a CPA, and he said that if you're getting a refund, it means you're doing your taxes wrong, because basically it means you loaned the government money interest-free. I don't know. What do I know? I just make toy car parts. Always designing, huh, Dion? Okay, let's see. What do we need to get this transmission out? You know, it's funny that one of my cameras wigged out on me because I was sitting here. I was playing with this stuff all day. Not all day. I don't know. For like an hour, trying to make sure everything was correct and nothing would wig out on me. Something got to wig out on me. Oh yeah, this is going to be easy to get apart. I say that. Well, it was easy to get the screws out. Doesn't feel like anything stripped. So that's good. That's what you want. So we got this out. So if you guys haven't installed one of our slipper eliminator kits before, there's nothing rocket scientist. There's no rocket science to this. It's fairly easy. You know, it's just unscrewing some stuff and putting different stuff in. Of course, you know, I don't know why I did that when I've got scissors right here. I'm taking this card off like I'm going to save it for something. Sweet. Trying to find M2 rod ends. Yeah, that's going to be tough, Jeremy. Maybe some old MRC stuff? Right? From what I remember, I feel like those were M2 rod ends. I could be wrong. Would not be the first time. Be the first time in a long time, though. Okay, let's see. So we want to take, basically, we're just going to gut this bad boy. Oh, I forgot. I moved some stuff around on my desk, so all of my tools just got knocked over because they're no longer glued down. Joke's on me. This is the problem with me changing things, is that I mess stuff up. I don't need this yet, actually. Let's see, we need to take all these apart. I need this. Right? Yeah, it was easy, Dion. Surprisingly. Let me see. We've got active commenters tonight. I'm not used to that. I mean, it's a good thing. You know, I'm not complaining at all. Oh, Eric, the Mog's been getting love for the last couple of weeks. Where you been, man? This is week 3 in a row of Unimog love time. That sounds weird, but you guys know what I mean. I hope. Just trying to organize some stuff up here. You guys can't really see what I'm doing, but I'm gonna try to make it so that I can put everything back together in the correct order, because that's usually good. I feel like it's a good thing to do. Although, honestly, I've probably taken enough of these things apart enough times that I feel like I could, you know, if I say that I could do this in my sleep, I'm going to be putting this thing back together and inevitably will screw something up. And that's okay, I suppose. Let me think. I probably should. Am I going to have to take the drive shafts off? Yes. I should have done that first. I don't know what size these set screws are. I suppose I don't have to take both of them off. Ooh, it's tight. So we've got plastic gears in here. Don't remember if I have any metal gears up here. A little bit of dirt. Not too bad. I'm going to, actually I am going to take this other drive shaft off, because if I find any metal gears up here on my workbench, I feel like I might have some somewhere. I know I've seen some recently, but you guys know how it is. Sometimes you just have stuff all over the workbench. Jeremy, for the M2 rod ends, I don't know that you can get them anymore, but if my memory serves me correctly, and sometimes it does, the Losi MRC had M2 rod ends. I can't remember if M2 was just at the ball, or if it was the ball and I guess the actual link end itself. It's been so long since I touched one of those. However, I feel comfortable in saying that someone on the show that's watching this is going to post up and correct me if I'm wrong, because, you know, you guys are usually pretty good about that, keeping me straight, making sure I put everything back together, not forgetting too many things. Man, where did I see those gears? That's gonna drive me crazy. I bet they're downstairs. Well, I wouldn't mind having metal gear in here, but if I can't find them, then that presents an obvious problem, doesn't it? Oh, so many parts. Just random bin of parts. Could be in here. It could be somewhere else completely. Nope. Not in there. Alright, they must be somewhere else. And I didn't plan ahead and grab any. I refuse to use the be right back thing this week. I'm not doing it 2 weeks in a row. I'm not. So, we're just going to keep these plastic gears in here for now. So this is not the main point of the slipper eliminator. Although I will say, putting metal gears in with the slipper eliminator would be a fantastic idea. Let me see. Let me just double check I don't have some in one of my many bins. Let's see. So many bins. No, of those. Could have some here. Looks like an idler. Ah, haha. Success. Well, partial success. Nope, complete success. Is that I can't tell if that's... No, that's... Okay, that's metal. That one's plastic. Well, that seems like a nasty surprise. So close to getting exactly what I needed. And yet so far away. Anything else in here? No. Well, you know what? I'm not going to put that one in by itself. Because I feel like, excuse me, just hacking and coughing up here. eBay and Amazon have them. Well, just check where they're coming from, because if they're coming from China and it says it's going to take a month, you may never get them. I don't know what's going to happen. Who knows? One thing I do know is that we're taking this dang slipper out. Probably also should have paid attention to which drive shaft went where. Me pay attention. What? So this is all one unit. That'll make it easier. STRC. Eric, what did you put in here? If I had known that, I would have changed it. I don't know. So anyway, like I said, pretty easy job to do this. Oh, what happened? There we go. Pretty easy job to do this. Especially since I don't have a motor or anything in there. This is gonna be an extremely fast show. That's okay. Does anybody want a slipper? Guaranteed to be slippy. I don't know. Actually, I don't guarantee anything. Okay, what do we got? We got our hub. So let's see. We're going to change out. Oh yeah. Kind of got a little bit of a mess here. I definitely don't want to lose this little pin, because I can reuse it. It's one. Pull this off. Take the top shaft out. Pull your other pin. Set your top shaft aside. Grab your new shaft, which is now covered in gook. Oh God, my hands are so greasy, everything's slippery. Here we go. Oh, got comments. Don't want to wait over a month. Yeah, well, I mean, it might not be a month. Could be longer. I don't know. It's my transmission. What are you talking about? That's madness. I actually don't remember putting a transmission in this. I don't ever remember seeing this gear or this motor plate. So maybe it came out of something else used. I wonder if I pulled this out of the VUC. Maybe this was all Devlin. Who knows? Parts. What can you do? Okay, let's see. Try to get this back in with a minimal amount of ridiculousness. Nope, got some ridiculousness. Hope I have a paper towel up here, but I probably don't. Go see what I've got to wipe my hands off with. Nothing. Well, that's a bummer. It means everything I touch is just going to be gooey now. Oh, where were we? Let's see. This is actually, I know this isn't mine because I've never had one of the SCX10 kits that had this all in one piece. So, you know, the standoffs used to be like separate and everything. I've never had one like this. So I guess maybe it is mine, but it's not mine, if that makes any sense. Which if it does make sense, then that might be a bad thing. It might mean you're crazy like I am. Let's see. So we need to get our screws in here. I mean, I had actually planned on half of this being just trying to get all of this lined up with those old standoffs. That was always so frustrating. I feel like every time I used to work on one of those, the standoffs would just fall off, fall out, something. Okay, everything still spins, so that's good. Get this guy back in there. It's gonna be quick. Oh, I knocked it over again. And I grabbed the wrong tool. This is why I glue everything down. I'm not clumsy, you're clumsy. So what I will do is, between this week and I guess the next time we play with the MOG, I will probably, I guess we could put the spur hub on, you know, since that's like an integral part, oop, backwards, an integral part of, and there's a hair in there. Dog! So, as I frequently tell people, depending upon the spur you're running, the spur hub is drilled for 2 different patterns, and we make that pretty plain on the product page. But if you go to put your spur on and you look at the holes and you notice it does not line up, just clock it over to the next set of holes. So let's see where this one goes. I think it's that set, yeah. Make sure I put my tool back so that I can just grab it and knock them all off again. So that's always fun. It's too bad the selfie cam is down because you guys would have missed my surprise reaction of having everything fall apart, or having all the tools fall over, I should say. It's exciting, I know. Fastest show ever. Okay, let's see. What do we got now? All of our spare parts are over here. We need to bolt this bad boy. Actually, I'm gonna put these back on while it's out because I can. It's easier probably to access these right now. I say that, you know, but then I can't seem to actually do it. Comments. Let's see. What do we got? When are you guys going to get black 1.9 SLW wheels back in stock? I do not know, Jeff. We are constantly trying to restock things, and as fast as we restock them, people buy them, which is the best problem to ever for us to have, I guess. We actually are working on, I showed some in a show, what, last week, the week before. We've kind of moved some things around. I don't have any of them in front of me, but we've got a new internal wheel, internal beadlock wheel design that we're going to be playing with, and you know, that's taking up some of our machining time. But anyway, I know we've got a whole bunch of wheels downstairs that are done. We just need to get them anodized. But when we get things anodized, we don't anodize in-house. We have an industrial anodizing company that we partner with. They do all of our anodizing, and they do a better job than we probably would. So we end up doing things in large batches. What am I doing wrong here? There we go. Nope, we need to go under. So because of that, it usually means, when we're running low on one thing, we're running low on a lot of things. And then we end up restocking a whole lot of things all at once. Any more new product teasers or stuff I can show? Yes, I will get to that later, actually. That is a planned segment. What is this? What is this red stuff? Oh, actually, maybe the transmission is stripped out. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but I just pulled out of one of these holes a little piece of, I don't know what that is. It's winch line. Well, whatever. So maybe one of the holes in the transmission is lightly stripped. We're going to find out when we try to tighten it back up. Won't this be fun? Just giving you guys, a shot of my ear and everything. And that's the downfall, I guess, to having this one camera way above me, is that I forget that it's there, and then I end up putting my head in between the camera and the trucks. See, I almost just did it again. Yeah, I think these two holes in the transmission, they do not feel as tight as I would like. So I'm guessing that's why that little piece of winch line, that one's nice and tight. So these two are good. That one's definitely stripped. That one's also stripped. Darn it. So I'm guessing in an effort to, make this a tighter fit for the screw, this was pushed in there, which is fine. It just means I need a new case. That's no big deal. It doesn't really make it that much tighter. Maybe I need to push it in there further. It is for those of you that are just like, what the heck is he doing? It is not an uncommon thing for people to just kind of put bits of whatever randomness in holes in plastic just to kind of make it a tighter fit for the screw so that it feels like it's actually biting into something. That actually really helped on that one. I don't have any more of it. I would put some in this one, but hey, 3 out of 4 is not bad, right? Yay. Ideally, I would take the case out and either replace it or fill the hole with some bits of plastic and glue and then re-drill it. But that's ideally, and I didn't do it, so it is what it is. Whatever. I don't know. Fastest show ever, I'm telling you. What am I doing? Oh, I pushed it too far back. I guess, actually, maybe, you know what? I'm going to screw this thing on and then slide the hump in. But you know what? Since it's going to be such a quick show, and since someone already asked about the new stuff, let's look at some new stuff, shall we? So, actually, this is something that we released today. These are available now. We released these previously in 1.9s. These are glow rings, and these are for 2.2s. So what you're looking at right here, these are PLA printed black light glow rings. So these are available for 2.2s now. These are just for fun. These are not going to replace trail lights or anything like that. So you're still going to need to wire up LEDs if you're crawling around at night, but for some interesting and fun photographic effects. That's what these are for. So this picture are the rings installed in one wheel. So the top left wheel has it installed. The top right wheel, we don't actually have a beadlock ring on there, just so you can see what it looks like. Obviously the two bottom ones are loose. So this picture was taken just under a black light, just to show you, you know, how they look. This picture was taken in total darkness after charging the rings under a UV light or black light, whatever, for, I don't know, a couple minutes, not too long. And then this is what the rings look like, just plain, no light. That's how they'll show up. So, just for fun picture. See, and now our selfie cam is back up and it's still frozen. Why are you frozen? I'm gonna turn it off and then turn it back on. Maybe it will like revive itself. I don't know. Let's find out. Wouldn't that be funny? Nope. Curse you. Dang camera. Why is this not working? So strange. I know you guys can't see what I'm doing, but I'm like doing Wizard of Oz behind the scenes kind of stuff right now. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. That kind of stuff, you know. I don't know. Let's see if that did anything. Did that make it better? Hey! That actually fixed it. I don't know why that happened. But I mean, I know most of you tune in just to look at me. So, not because of like trucks or anything like that. You know what? Actually, while I'm fixing things, it's freaking hot in here. Oh, wow, I forgot to turn that on outside. Well, I guess I'm just going to be hot. Just I don't know, what's the word? Myriad of failures, something. Just messing up. Eric, you need to come help me next week because, you know, I don't know. Because it's fun. Okay, so we're getting this back together. Let me see. How did we have this before? It was on its side. So I think that'll probably be the easiest way to get to it. We've got these lock nuts. These are not nylock, but they're like the serrated flange. Is that the correct terminology? I can't remember. I don't know. You know, the thing that I don't like about having this camera up here this high, because I did have to move it up because it's a physically larger camera, is that now when I lean in, it just makes my head, you know, look how, yeah, the proportions. It's like a caricature of me. That's great. I'm sure someone will have some fun with that. Just don't let my kids see the show. We've talked about that before, I think. Let me see. Sorry, I'm still trying to whatever. Fix. Techno. Do stuff. Oh, technology. You know what? Actually, while I'm thinking about, my head just went under the camera, didn't it? I saw it out of the corner of my eye. While I'm thinking about new products, I don't have pictures of them, but since we're talking about new stuff a couple seconds ago, these will be available soon. So it's just logo on one side. I wanted to get these made, I don't know, like 4 months ago. But the guy that I've been using for our t-shirts and our, well, I guess mostly our t-shirts, has kind of just flaked out on me. And I'm sad because he was a US based vendor and a normal, just small business guy that I felt like I had a good relationship with. But man, the last time we ordered t-shirts, they took forever. And then I asked him to get some of those made. Yeah. How many do you want? I gave him numbers, quantity, whatever, all that stuff. Different ideas. And I just never heard back from him. And I followed up with him, I don't know, a couple of times. Finally, I had to suck it up and find somebody else. So I'm bummed, but at the same time, I'm excited because I've been wanting to have Locked Up RC beanies forever. Especially for here in Texas, because once it drops below 60 degrees, I mean, I just have to have one of those. Otherwise, my head freezes. See, that's why I wanted it, though, so long ago. That's why I wanted them so long ago. Because, you know, we already had the 4 days of winter here in Texas this year. So now I won't have use for my beanie until next year. Hey, Josh, I thought about sponsoring Scale Nats this year. Yes. I didn't, not because I don't like Scale Nats. I didn't because we sponsor events that we go to, and I'm trying to spread things around. So I've sponsored Scale Nats a whole bunch of times. I haven't been in the last 2 years, I think. No particular reason. I didn't go this year. When I sponsor Scale Nats, I like to go. I did not go this year, and I think I talked about this in another show. Not because I don't like Las Vegas, because I do. But I've been to Las Vegas so many times that I just couldn't. I used to work in software consulting and was constantly going on trips, and they frequently had conventions. IBM, big, like, I don't know, several thousand people conventions in Las Vegas. So hey, Jeremy, sure. Yeah, send me his offer. Dion, 6 degrees. Yeah, come live in Canada. No. Although, you know, it's funny because as pale as I am and as much as I sweat being here in Texas, you'd think that I would love living in Canada or somewhere up north. I think that's what my genetic code was evolved around. But somehow I ended up in Texas where it's blisteringly hot and I have fantastic allergies. I don't know. So what am I doing? I'm looking at this and not sharing it with you guys. So got everything back in. That's pretty much it. Keep in mind that as quick of a project as this was, I was also babbling and messing with cameras. And, you know, if you've got a normal truck that doesn't have the hump and the side plates. Side plates. Didn't put those back on. You know what? Before we put them back on, let's do something. Dun, 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 dun. Flash coupon! Tonight's flash coupon code is slipper, brah. Because we're installing slipper eliminators. I felt like that was the most reasonable code to go with. So if you go to our website and you add one of our SCX10 slippers, so this is the original axial slipper is how we have it listed. Actually, it probably just says axial. And you use this code SLIPPERBRA, you're going to get 30% off of the slipper. This code is only good for the first 5 people. This is a doorbuster coupon, so you got to be quick. So go over to our website, add a slipper to your cart, use the code, check out as quick as possible, and you'll get 30% off your SCX10 slipper. Whew. I hope that makes sense. If anybody has questions, let me know. But I think we've done enough of those now that you guys probably know how the flash coupons work. I seem to be missing a screw up here. Where did it go? Where's my tool? I can't find things. It's crazy. Let's see. Good shot of my hand. If anybody needs to see my hand, right? How about truck? Truck's better, right? I mean, this is just going to so drastically change the look of this truck that I don't think you guys are going to recognize it. So as I'm buttoning this up, and then as we button up, what's that? Oh, it's like, what's that horrible loose sound? It's the drive shafts. That's the next thing we need to do is put the drive shafts back in. I think that's a good idea. Let's do that. I feel like I'm 1 screw short. I mean, I know I'm only mildly crazy. Huh. Well, oh, there it is. Haha. Oh, there's another bit of I found another piece of whatever this was that was pressed in the holes for the transmission. I don't know. Maybe I did put that stuff in there, Eric. Maybe this was my transmission. I can't remember. It's been so long since we touched this thing last. Really got into it. Why is this not going in? You know what? I'm going to loosen this up because I think... There we go. I didn't really even check to see which side was which. I'm assuming that it matters. Ooh, this one's tighter. I don't know that that's good or bad, but you know, I think that actually these are, I think the plates are angled like this so that as you screw them down, they stay nice and flush against these bars. Yeah, this one actually probably could be bent in a little bit more. Make sure it's tight. Yep. Okay, good to go. So drive shafts. So I didn't measure these to make sure that they would fit. They're both the same. Whew, that is, I don't think that these are going to work. Well, one, I'm not going to be able to test it with that in there, but I think we're going to have to change drive shafts. Which I have some random stuff floating around up here because, hey, it's a workbench. Well, that one's definitely not going to reach. I mean, it reaches, but it wouldn't stay that way. The rear shaft, same problem. So I guess switching from, I mean, there would be, you know, what is that, like 8 millimeters of engagement maybe? That's not going to be enough. Not going to do it. Luckily, I have a whole desk of random drive shafts, so we're going to figure something out. So I guess this is where the extra time for this show will go. It's not going to be installing the slipper. It's going to be figuring out the dang drive shafts. So let me think. I am going to pull off this side panel so that I can once again access the drive shafts. And then I'm going to take the output that was mounted to the back, if I can reach it, which I think I can, and I'm going to pull it off. And I'm going to put that on the front. Reason being that it's a little bit longer, yeah, than the one that was on the front. So in theory, that should mean that I can use these drive shafts on the front, or at least this one on the front, and then use one of these other random guys I have over here that I thought was in picture, but isn't because I zoomed in. I just pulled out a whole, it's still not getting there. I just pulled out a whole random stack of drive shafts that I had sitting around because I figured that this wouldn't be as easy as I want it to be. It is dark in there. Let me guess, my head's blocking the camera again? Damn, I knew it. I like having the camera up there, but then I keep putting my head under it. Maybe I need to put it, I don't know. Need to have a camera crew. That's what it is. I guess maybe if I lower it, I'll run into it, but then I'll not block it. I don't know, what's worse? Is it worse when I block the camera or when it shakes for a little while? Probably when I block it. That's one way to get it out. I've actually got a little, come on. Where did it go? There it is. See, we're just dropping stuff left and right. Good times. So, yeah. So I'm going to use this on the front. This is just going to go in the back into the random pile of stuff that I have. But at least we'll have a front shaft on. So that will be some level of progress. Let me see. I'm going to put this set screw back in here so that I don't lose it. And then we'll try to get this on. can't be that easy, right? It's not gonna fight me. If that's actually going in and it's not fighting me, I'll be so surprised and happy. Ah, well, good times. All right, so now we should be able to get the front assembled. And at least we'll have a front drive shaft. Come on. And it's still not really that much. But it's a metal shaft, so we'll see what happens. I will cycle the suspension here, and we will see if this falls out. I didn't really realize that the original and the 10-II drive shafts would be that different. Of course, I didn't actually check the drive shafts that were in here to make sure that they fit, so it could just be that anyway. We're okay. I am going to have to tweak this battery tray just a little bit, but we're good. A slight trim on it, on this battery tray, we'll be all right. Oh, actually, you know what? That battery tray was notched. But, you know, maybe since the pinion output is a little bit further away, it's changed the angle. I don't know. Let me see what I can just trim that with. Hopefully this will allow me to cut it and it won't just splinter and explode everywhere. You know, like that. There we go. That's better. A little bit more. It's hard to get just the right angle in there. Okay. Stuff. Got some stuff done. Comments. What do we got? Welcome, Mike. How do you send me a message, or do I want to, let's see. Yeah, you can send us a message. You could, if you'd like, Jeremy, you can add me on Facebook and send me a message that way. Or you can post the link in here and I'll be able to find it later. You can send us an email on the website, however you want to do it. And thank you for that in advance. I'm always willing to give a small business because that's what I am, and that's, no, I can't remember. what did Dan Aykroyd say in Tommy Boy? Because that's what I am, and I don't know. You guys let me know. Someone has seen that movie more than me and will remember the quote. I don't want to misquote it. That's true. The pinion is higher, but I feel like that would make it closer, right? Because the axles are lower. So, you know, I don't know. As I said, I did not test the drive shafts that were in here to see how much engagement they had. I'd prefer that front drive shaft had more engagement. I mean, you know, it's got maybe an inch or half an inch, but it's a metal shaft. These drive shafts have that D window, and the flat spot in the female end is really only like 8 millimeters anyway. So anything that goes past that is really just wasted space or extra material, wasted material, whatever. In the rear, got two options. So I've got an axial and an MIP. This MIP maybe has seen better days. No, well, that's good. A little wobbly, but whatever. I don't know that either of them will actually be long enough, but let's see what kind of damage we can do. Just gonna slide this on if I can, but I probably need to take out a set screw. Yes. How are we on time, by the way? 50 minutes. Okay, so not so bad. not so bad. Okay, I think we're okay with the. Oh wow. Well, this is interesting. Let me shine some light on this. This drive shaft must have gotten frozen on something before, because I am just now noticing that I had cut through this thing to get it off of something. I don't know. Good times. So we'll still be able to get a set screw in on one side, but not the other. Interesting. What did I have this on? This seems like a shaft I may have had on my original SCX10. So I'll have to look and see. Let me see. I wonder if I have a spare part that I can swap that guy out with. Back to the bins. Oh yeah. Oh, well, this part also was modified. Man, I modify so much stuff. Okay, I think I can salvage one of these. Well, this looks like it might be slightly different. I guess MIP changed some stuff, or this was just built for different trucks, which is highly possible. Very, very, very possible. So that is too short, but all I really care about is this end. Oh, that is crazy rusty. Let's see what happens. Okay. I'm going to try to take this apart first. This rusty one. Sorry, not this one. Get out of here. Because if this breaks, then I know that I don't need to waste any more of my time trying to get this apart. PB Blaster or something would be good. I don't have any up here. So we're just going to hope that this comes out. Oh yeah, movement. Okay, we're good. Oh, man. I didn't expect that to come out. I have no idea how long that's been in my toolbox. Of course, I also don't know what condition this pin is in, or if this needs to be rebuilt. Definitely could be. But whatever, it's fine. I mean, it's not fine. It's rusty as hell. Let me see if I can get this out. Yep, well, that actually came right out. All right. It's got that nice, like, gritty, I hate that sound. Ugh, it's gross. Let me see. I'm just looking through my little stash of grease here to see what I've got. Oh. See. Nope. Let's see. Multi-purpose. I think I've used some of this before and was happy with it. Yep, okay. Set that aside. My hands are going to be so greasy by the time this is all done. All right, so basically all I'm trying to do is salvage this piece in place of this. So I'm going to put all these parts over here. I guess I did not expect this to be an MIP rebuild show. That was not my intention. Oh, this is built that even smaller. I don't know if I like that. Ah, okay. Got lucky. I mean, I say we got lucky, but I don't know. Yeah, this has a much smaller screw. Gee, these may not actually be compatible. Wouldn't that be funny? This feels like it's kind of stuck in there. Oh, okay, so I must not be doing something right. That's in there really tight. You know, this one, I thought the other one would give me problems. I didn't think it would be this one. So I got my set screw out. This just feels like it's frozen in there. me find something I can just tap on this with. So that loosened it. Yay, mini vice grips. Don't know if I have quite enough to bite on here. Oop. Success. I don't know where it went, but success. So why is this thing, why was it so hard to get in and out? Yeah, these are definitely different. So you can see even the pin size on these. So this was the original one. I guess I could separate them somehow. So that was the original one. This is the one I just took apart. I don't know. That's just going to make things confusing when this breaks out on the trail. Nope, that's not. No, that's nice and loose. Okay. So this smaller one, I don't know. This is the broken one. So the rusty one is the good one. Well, wonders never cease. I hope that these are actually the same size. Oh, they're freaking not. Joke's on me. Son of bitch, I cannot use these together. That's why everything's a different size. Damn you. Okay, let's think. What else was in here? The splines are definitely different. That's a nice small spline. I don't have anything else. Well, I guess we're going to be installing this. Okay, first let me put this thing back together. Man, that's a bummer. Totally did not think about that. Let's see. So I don't know that, you know, it's any sort of design change. These are probably shafts. These are probably just made for two different trucks. And I could not eyeball the size and difference. The difference in size. You know what I mean. Well, at least we got to take this apart. I don't have any spares of this. I don't know if you guys can see this, if that'll focus that close, but this just got cut. Nice close-up of my elbow. This got cut. I suspect that this is still plenty strong if I know these shafts the way that I think I do. So basically what's going to happen is I'm going to put some lube in here. And then I'm going to put this thing back together. And that's going to be that. And I'm going to run it until it breaks. Which is like a frequent occurrence for me, running things until they break. Actually, we'll use this. Which, you know, if you guys don't have these little mini vice grips, I got these from Harbor Freight. They're so cheap. And although, you know, I will tell you the teeth don't always line up perfectly, they are great for when you have to grab and yank on things. Now, the real question is, do I want to Loctite my set screw back in here? I don't see any residue from Loctite before, so I don't think I'm going to. Actually, yeah, I do. I stand corrected. Where is my Loctite? I will use some medium strength Zap. If anybody wants some, We sell it. We actually sell zap glues, thread lock, all that stuff. So if you guys are looking for anything and you can't find it, I don't remember what category it's on the website, what category it is in on the website, or they are in, but just FYI. Another option for you to buy stuff. Another place. Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna put a little bit of lube in this side too. Okay, so now we've got some lube. I'm gonna look for something. There's gotta be some, and I keep looking at that brand new beanie, and I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, I need to wipe my hands off on something. That's the only thing I'm seeing. I don't want to do that. Socks. Can I use my socks? Will the wife know? If I put greasy socks in the laundry, is she gonna notice? Probably not. I'll just burn them. Let's see. Build parts for American working. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Josh. I build parts for the American working man because that's what I am and that's who I care about. I think that's it. That's good job. Splendid. Don't have a Harbor Freight, but do have Canadian Tire. Close. Do you mean it's close to you, or it's close to the same thing as Harbor Freight? Harbor Freight doesn't deliver. Well, you wouldn't want to pick shipping, but yeah. Anyway, somebody somewhere. I mean, you could probably get these at like a big box, whatever, Home Depot, Lowe's kind of thing. But I just suspect that they're more expensive. I can guarantee you that these probably say made in China. Oh yeah, absolutely made in China. So get them while you can. Too soon? I don't know. Okay, let's see. What was I gonna do? So I'm gonna put the good end, is what I'll call it, I guess, up near the transmission, because that way I can put a second. Actually, you know what? I forgot. So let's see. The output. My head was under the camera, wasn't it? Damn. Let's see. So the output does have a hole. Let me see if I have. So instead of just using a set screw, I want to see if I've got a threaded. What are I can't remember what you call them. I'm losing my mind today. The set screw that is basically has a a rod. I don't know. I can't think tonight. Somebody help me. Help me. I think the only ones that I have are going to be M3. I don't think that's not M3, is it? Is it M3? Maybe it is. Okay, this might work. So what I'm trying to do, I forgot. Sorry guys. I'm trying to replace the little grub screw, set screw, whatever that was in there. Right. So little short guy with one of the ones that's threaded with a shaft on it. Anyway, it's maybe too long or too big. I don't know. Oh, I've got a set screw on the other side I need to take out. Okay, well, it fits on the shaft, if not a little bit too long, right? That's okay. That'll make it easier for me to get this onto the transmission, I believe. Trying to stay out from under the camera. Doing a terrible job. Someone needs to fire me. Interesting. There we go. Okay. For a second there, I thought that the drive shaft was not going to go all the way on the output. And I was going to remind myself that this is probably built for some other vehicle, the drive shafts. I mean. Another thing I'll point out, probably not a big deal to most of you, and I didn't do it on the front. I need to go back and fix that. I actually like to put the drive shafts with the female end up near the transmission. That way when you drive through water and gook and whatever, it does not fill up and stay full. So let's see if this is going to be long enough. Oh yeah. Oh, we're good. Oh, this is nice. It's very nice. Definitely, hopefully, can get another one of these in the rear. Through pin. Oh God. Thank you, Dion. Oh my gosh. So I did not put Loctite on this shaft, on these through pins. I will probably go back and do that later, but because the through pins are a little bit longer than the drive shaft, I will probably eventually go back and just barely trim the through pins, because, you know, stuff that's spinning like that, high speed, get caught on a piece of grass or string or whatever, and then you just end up with a rat's nest crap. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that at all. So I think that's pretty much it, right? Everything's buttoned up there. Nope. Almost buttoned up. Anybody else have any questions, comments, criticisms? I can't find my 2 screws that I took out of this panel. How did they, oh, there they are. See, I didn't put it back in the right place. It's my own fault. Just in time. Robert, did you just join? You did. Welcome, Robert. You just joined. You need to join at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time because you have missed, let's see, you missed some things. We went over some new products. We talked about the release of our 2.2 glow rings that fit our 2.2 beadlock wheels. We talked about the future upcoming much anticipated locked up RC beanies that everyone's going to want. I mean, it's going to be, I wanted to have them out in time for the Oscars, but I didn't. And what else did we talk about? I don't know. Some stuff. Things. We got the slipper put in. We got drive shafts put in. They're not matching. I don't know what they're from. One's an MIP. The other one is something. It's a drive shaft. I don't know. Oh, what have we got? What have we got? Let's see. Welcome, Josh. Welcome, Kyle. Yes. You guys joined about an hour late. I started about 15 minutes late. Don't care. I will admit that. But I don't know what I was going to say. Things. It was a good show. We had some technical difficulties. I didn't have to use a technical difficulty screen. We just lost a camera. But we got drive shafts and a slipper eliminator installed in our OG SCX10 Unimog. Man, this thing's heavy. So we're going to have to work on electronics. Will be next, right? Servo, motor, speed control. Put a winch in here somewhere. All that stuff. Open to suggestions on what you guys would like to see me install for a motor and a speed control. What else? Winch. Oh, you know, Eric's already got, or whoever did it. I forget that I have 2 cameras. I'm pointing at the wrong camera. We've got an integrated Hawes fair lead up here with some nice scale hardware. So I will probably try to make use of that, which probably means we'll put a servo winch in. So I will probably use one of our V2 servo winches because I don't have one of those in one of my trucks yet, but I know they're not waterproof, and I want to look at how I could waterproof it. Let's see. JuneFac, yeah, I think it's a JuneFac shaft. 1030, kind of want to build one. Looks beastly. I don't know, brushed or brushed. You know, I guess I just always like brushed for the low end control. So I probably will do a brushed. But I've done so many brushed. I don't know. Maybe this is the truck where I change things. Maybe it's not. I don't know. We do probably. Let's see. We've already put a speed control in Jackie's Capra, but the motor that's in there was like some random axial 16 turn. I don't know what it was. I don't even remember. That needs to be changed. We need to do some work on the Capra. Maybe we'll do that next week. We'll see. What else? BEC, find a battery. Nice big battery tray. And then we need to figure out how to do an interior and paint the body. So we've still got a lot of work to do on this truck, but I think we're good for right now. Let's see. So truck is good. Hands are greasy. That's a plus. What's next? Oh, I saved it till the end. I saved it to the end because it's a doozy. What is the least spoken language in the world? Sign language. You guys. Oh, well, that's just totally wrong. We're not even supposed to be. What is happening here? Oh, you know what? I know what's happening. Stay with me here. I'm just going to go back to, well, let me think. What did I do here? Oh, man. Good times. There we go. That's always something, I swear. I don't know. So, let me see. I know you guys can't see the comments anymore. I'm going to read through what we've got left. I'm still old school and sticking to brush. That's how I am too, Josh. Man, is there a way for me to... Let me see. You know what? I'm going to add... Can I add comments? I can. Give me a second. Comments. Haha. There we go. Oh, good. Now you guys can see the comments. Now I want to move over. So let's see. Old school, sticking to brush. Hobby Wing Axe. Polar Pro. Man, I had one of those a long time. What did I have? I don't remember. A Polar. I just had a regular Polar a long time ago. Those things are crazy. And this is going to be a heavy truck, so I'm not opposed to, you know, some stuff, some power things, torque. I don't know. Message me about interior. I will do that. I don't have it down here, so pause for effect. Of course, now I'm touching it with my greasy hands. I don't know if I already showed this to you, Dion. So I've got this nice hard body for it. I'm guessing that whatever interior you're considering that you told me to message you about would be a easy swap to that body. I don't know, but I'm not gonna put, you know, this thing back on because it's cracked and chipped, and I just no, I can't do that. I can't do that at all. I don't know. Nice, yeah. Well, thank you. So that was it. So we got. I'm trying to move over so I can center myself with the comments and whatever. I don't know why. It's fine. It's fine. So we got our slipper eliminator installed. We went over some new products. We had our dad joke. We got drive shafts in the MOG. That's good. And we need to figure out electronics and whatever else. I don't know. I appreciate everyone that has tuned in, watched, commented, not harassed me. I've never actually had anyone harass me on the show. That's going to happen eventually, isn't it? That'd be interesting. What else? I don't know what we're going to do next week, but it's going to be something like this. Maybe we'll do electronics for this. We've got the Capra up there. Man, I don't know. So many projects. Wraith, Vuck. Oh, the 6x6 too. I got so many things to do. Thank you everybody for watching. I've enjoyed being your host. I am Patrick Norton. If you'd like to get a shout out on the show, send me a Facebook friend request or drop a comment in here and I'll add you if you can't find me. All of that good stuff. Again, thank you for watching. I'll see you next week. If you liked this video, please consider subscribing. Not sure if you want to subscribe yet? Check out one of these videos. Thank you for watching.